Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll call this my introduction. I welcome you all to the Memoirs of an American Drunkard. The purpose and intent behind this channel is to merely discuss the avenues, problems, and outlook on the American landscape going forward, and we will cover all grounds on this front, from the good and the bad to the ugly. Be warned on this channel, though, as it is in the title, The Memoirs of an American Drunkard, that some of these takes on different events happening across the red, white, and blue may not always come across as clean-cut and friendly. So, unless you've got a thick skin, be warned. This channel is probably, if anything, one of the most politically incorrect channels you will stumble across. So be warned, because The Memoirs of an American Drunkard is just that. The Memoirs of an American Drunkard. I discuss the red, white, and blue from a historical point of view, a present point of view, and perhaps I'll even peer into a future's point of view of what's to come for this, as I like to call, used-to-be great nation. And as this channel unfolds and my memoirs come to the light, you shall see why I will often utter this phrase, a used-to-be great nation, because that is how I view the red, white, and blue in today's present, looking at the landscape. It is no longer a landscape of the American dream and exceptionalism. Long gone are the days of social mobility. Long gone are the days of a straightforward nuclear family, career path, white picket fence, you name it. America, perhaps if anything, is in its waning last days. Just like the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, the Persian Empire, ancient Greece. All great things eventually come to an end, and it is, and feel free to disagree with me if you so choose to, my speculation, that America is, in fact, as an empire, in its last days. And the spirit of decadence has settled across the landscape, and it knows no bounds. You wake up now, we've got drag queens, woke culture, Hollywood trash with political correctness everywhere, and I see nowhere getting out of this darkness at the end of the light tunnel. I don't think America is going to have any particular Pax Americana celebration going forward. It will be a steep decline, and the youngest Americans are going to feel the worst of this hit, and they will be the I guess I hate saying it this way, but the younger generations of Americans, specifically millennials and the upcoming Zoomers, we will be fed into the meat grinder as perhaps the lost generations and evermore. So the intent and purpose of this channel is for really more for me to vent as an American, in particular a New Yorker and a Yankee. And that will be nonetheless the perspective I bring coming forth. These memoirs that I will be announcing are already pre-written, and I will nonetheless be pledging them as I go along, and then talking about why I wrote what I wrote, what it means, and perhaps what we can do going forward, my fellow Americans. But this is my introduction nonetheless. I'm not exactly sure about how the format will go, but I figure freestyle, I'll work those out as things develop. So this is a channel strictly devoted to American history, an American perspective, and ultimately an American experience from a New Yorker's perspective, though. But anyone else want to chip in? If you're an Illinoisan or a Californian or a Floridan or a Texan, by all means, jump on in. Plenty to go around, but this channel, nonetheless, will be me off the cuffs. Some of them will be scripted when I release the video. Some of them won't. I may be sober in some. I may not be as sober in other ones. But that's kind of the point with this channel. The Memoirs of an American Drunkard is just that. The Memoirs of an American Drunkard. It is a strictly average, nobody, everyday American's perspective and take on everything in this red, white, and blue going forward. Yes, I will not always be at my finest. There may be some recordings where you'll find me at my worst. There will be some recordings where I'm joyous and happy. And there will be some memoirs where I am not so joyous and happy. It will be a mixed bunch, essentially based on how I'm feeling throughout the day. Whether it's what I read, what I encounter when I go out in the world, but nonetheless, this channel is strictly devoted to the American experience from a historical, present, and potential future expression going forward. So, this banner, this channel, it's just that, devoted to the red, white, and blue. From the beginning and to the end. That's really all I've got for now for announcements, but this is the Memoirs of an American Drunkard in the making, ladies and gentlemen. So dig in, get comfortable, grab some popcorn, a brew if you drink, or a cup of tea if you so fancy. Get comfortable, enjoy the ride, because boy have we got quite a roller coaster to embark on. That's all I've got for now, though. For all who are tuning in, thanks for lending an ear. This is the Memoirs of an American Drunkard in the beginning, in the making. So, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Well, call this my introduction, my fellow red, white, and blue persons, and I'll leave you all to sit on this for tonight. Thank you, and I look forward to my releases as we go forward on this very day. So, that's all I've got for now. I'll keep everyone posted if anyone tunes into this or not. After all, this channel really is more for me, off the hinge, so it will just be me in the flesh. Rather, I'm angry, joyful, vengeful, spiteful. That's why it's called the Memoirs of an American Drunkard. Just your everyday, average, rugged, rough around the edges, rural American, and a Yankee of all things. So, I'll keep you all in suspense for now, and peace on out. May the red, white, and blue be with you. Till the next time, stay tuned.